All right.
Welcome to Or to Know Better. My name's Karl. I'm joined tonight by the usual reprobates. Smarty, Luke, Positive Jay.
Evening.
How y'all doing?
Well,
Good stuff. What we'll do is we'll just get straight into it and we'll come back because there's a few things we want to chat about.
Hi, this is Don Matteo, and you are listening to the Or to Know Better podcast. Let's do this.
Not quite sure if I pulled a Smarty on a utensil there, but we'll carry on there. How are you all doing, lads? Are you keeping well?
Very well.
yeah, not too bad. Not too bad.
Good. You've calmed. Everyone's calmed down now. Well, all of Twitter hasn't really calmed down, but from the game on Sunday, we'll get into that in a few minutes. But what we're going to do, Jay, you have a massive update on how the predictions league went this week. It's huge.
Got people
Let it go.
ready for this, Karl.
I know.
They're not going to believe it. Like, it's been epic.
Yeah.
Nobody got a damn thing, so I'm not going to.
Or to know better predictions.
Do you know what? That's Gilly's trick. That he fucking does that all the time. It does my absolute tits in.
That's what shit houses do. But yeah, epic update. Nobody got a damn thing, so I'm not going to go through the scores because Gilly didn't send me them. But it's irrelevant. None of us.
Well, we didn't ask him, and he's been flat out, so
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah,
All right,
he's
Alison and Marty, how are you getting on? While you're all on here, just if you're not on at the moment, hit the subscribe button down there, down the bottom somewhere. We see people doing this on YouTube all the time, so may as well try it. So
It's taken us 2 years.
I know, yeah.
2 years.
So that was a brilliant update there. Thanks for that, Jet.
Anytime, pal.
Top effort, that minute.
Yeah,
Well done, Jeff. Thanks for coming, mate.
yeah.
Appreciate
Jay,
it, lads.
Jay's just won the most improved player at the club award there for that one.
Clubman.
The bar was low.
Yeah.
So we'll
That's got to be the worst. Just before you move on, Carl, that's got to be the most backhanded compliment you ever get as a fucking sportsman as a kid. Most improved. Basically, you were shit, and now you're a little bit better.
It's usually manager's son. Usually manager's son gets most improved because he's shite, but he still gets played because he's the manager's son.
That's
You are the manager's son, yeah. Well done, mate.
So there you go, Jay. But
We
yeah,
love you, really.
So, Jay, how many times did you get clubman as a kid?
He's actually having a count.
he has to think about it.
None.
Oh, right, okay. So we'll touch on the Arsenal game briefly. Myself and Stats were on B and C on Sunday after the game and had our say about that. Smarty, I'll go to you, man. Give us your view on it there and let us know what you thought of the whole scenario down at the Emirates.
Well, I apologise, but I didn't watch the Berardi and Coke, so if I'm going over all ground, I do apologise.
Okay.
I have a very fun-filled, exciting life, obviously.
Obviously.
Well, it would just... Do you know what? I don't think my head kind of moved from that until second half. I think I'll watch that. My brother-in-law came round because it was Eldie's birthday, and obviously brother-in-law came in, grabbed a beer and sat down and just went, "Eh." I think that was pretty much all I said in the first half because it was just an absolute shambles. Special mention to our captain for the day, Mr. Ayling, as well. Absolutely outstanding performance from him. But yeah, it was just more of the same, wasn't it, really? It was just a fucking load of dross, big bag of dross. Just, fuck me. Just a bag of dog shit as football, it was just wank. I don't really know what to say. It took them to get 2-0 down, for a man to get sent off, for them to start even looking like they're playing football. And I don't know if that's just because Arsenal thought this is an absolute walk in the park. We're going to take his foot off the gas a little bit. Who knows? but it was just embarrassing. It's just I'm not going to go over old ground. I think everyone's heard enough of me ranting about what I think and all that sort of stuff. I don't mind Marsh. I like the guy. I know he's been under a lot of criticism. Or I've seen a lot of criticism this week, but it's just I just can't wait for the season to be finished now. I really just want it over and done with. Whether we're up or we're down, I just want it over and done with. It's fucking pathetic. That said, second half, I thought we showed a little bit more spirit. It looked at one point when we started to play a little bit, seemed to settle in a little bit better, and looked like we actually had a game plan and looked like we tried to do something. But it's just I don't understand why it's taking so long for us to settle into games or to go behind for us to even start playing football. I don't get it. And when we're attacking, we just look lost. We look like we don't know what we're doing.
Well, myself and Stats kind of mentioned that you could see us kind of reverting back to playing out wide towards the last 25 minutes of the second half, where it was like we just kind of reverted. And we're like, yeah, let's just play it out wide and just get balls in the box like we used to do. It was effective then, and it looked like they were doing that kind of on their own steam a little bit. Maybe I don't know if Marsh sent on instructions with Dan James or whatever the hell he did. But I don't know. There wasn't a lot of.
What do you reckon? Note said,
"Run faster."
Run faster. I reckon it said play football.
End product, James. End product. But
I think I heard it said, Wiley Coyote's on his way, so I'd fucking leg it. And he's got some fucking Acme fucking. What's it called? What do you call that stuff that blows the stuff up?
The dynamite.
Dynamite. That's the thing. No, my mind's fucked. I didn't watch it. I know you didn't ask me, but I'm going to tell you. I didn't watch it. I was driving. I had my girls. I was driving back, and I listened to the first, pretty much to when Ailing got sent off, and it was almost like the Simpsons gif of the grandpa when he sort of walks in, puts his hat down, he walks into the strip club.
Yeah.
If that's your gift, I'm Homer Simpson backing into a hedge when he goes like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what I would do.
Yeah.
And then I had my mate ringing me every sort of 10 minutes with a bit of an update. We'll come back into it. Then he rung me in the 60 whatever minute it was and said Laurenti scored. And by this time, the kids were fast asleep because they love my company. And so I put it back on for another 5-10 minutes or so. But watch the highlights and that. And pretty much what everybody said. It's disappointing, but look, we shouldn't really be expecting anything from the game other than a performance that would make us look like we'll be strong enough to stay up in this division. And I think, did we get that? I don't know because I didn't watch the whole game. From the highlights, it looked like we probably didn't in the first half, but that sort of grew into the game. I mean, to go 60 minutes against Arsenal, who've beaten West Ham, Chelsea, Scum in their previous three, and to go 60 minutes with 10 men and not concede again and actually get a goal back, you've got to give the lads a little bit of fight, a little bit of a slap on the arse for the character they've shown to get back into it a little bit.
Yeah.
Whether Arsenal took the foot off the gas, I don't know. As I say, I didn't watch the game, but it looked like we had our chances. We still created things, which is positive, I suppose, going into the next three.
I was going to say, there was a couple of bits of positivity to take from the second half performance. I think the reason you can take it really is because we were down to 10 men. And the fight was there, but it's just a shame if we had 11, would Arsenal have stepped it up? We just don't know what Arsenal are going to be like. But Derek Moore is just after commenting there, got tickets for the game tomorrow, my first game back in Ellen Road since COVID. Jesus. Looking forward to it. Just wish it was under better circumstances. Derek, don't we all, man? But I hope you enjoy the night tomorrow night. It's going to be a bit of crack in there tomorrow.
Don't worry though, Derek, because you won't have to wait as long next time because memberships for next year are now on sale.
Speaking of which, Jack's commented, I'm still pissed off with the membership price rather than the helmet.
Brilliant. Jay, just a quick word on the game yourself. What did you make of it? You were down at it there now.
Man. I was. I saw a couple of people on here as well, which were nice. I normally just end up in chaos at away games and don't see anyone, just get jammed in the seat somewhere. But
underneath the seat.
Well, sometimes, man, when there's limbs. But yeah, I mean, it were a great atmosphere in the away end as usual. Everyone were going nuts, singing and dancing and waving Stuart Dallas shirts around. And then that first goal went in so quickly. That's it. And it just everyone just stopped for a second, like, fucking hell. And then everyone just started up again. And next goal in, everyone stopped again and went, oh, this is really fucking bad, isn't it? So then we just turned on Arsenal fans and started singing about it being a library to them. And I only saw like bits at first half, to be honest. I can't remember all of it. But
you didn't miss much.
What do we think? What do we think of it? What did we think of the whole Dallas shirt situation? It's a bit overkill, isn't it? I mean, don't get me wrong. It's been I
didn't realise it died, lads. I'll be honest. I didn't know.
He's been
succumbed to his injuries and passed on. I didn't see official count.
It's been fantastic, and we all love him to pieces. But did we really need 3,000 shirts with a tombstone and his name on? What?
Yeah, it didn't look great. Like,
I don't get it. I just didn't get it. That's all. I mean,
the sentiment was there, but just I don't. Why couldn't they do it at
the players? The players wear them before kick-off.
Because he's their friend. I'm surprised he didn't try to throw 3,000 fucking NFTs out. Like,
I'm surprised.
I think Orton O'Bitter later on is going to be probably the longest part of the pod, man. There's so much shit going on at the moment.
I'll just go back to game before we move on
Jake, go on.
The second half, I've since watched the highlights back because I couldn't see that much from where I was. The view was shit.
You've left it wide open there, Jay, man.
I know. But anyway,
you should have asked it. You should have asked one of the kids if he could sit on his shoulders.
Did you get told off for standing on the seat? All right, Jay. Sorry, man. Sorry. Go for it.
So anyway, I watched the highlights again so that I could see more of the game. And I agree with what Luke said, to be fair, even though he's a knob. Sometimes he says stuff right. And we did create, we did fight, and that's the minimum you want to see. And it were there. There was some passion, there was some determination from the lads, And we had some of that against City. We had it against Arsenal. So can we go into the Chelsea game and actually get something? I think maybe we can.
Isn't it contrasting
I might be getting carried away, but
isn't it really contrasting from the opinion you get if you watch it on telly to if you're actually there? Because you see, there was only 3,000 Leeds fans there on Sunday, and all of them had a great time. And even the ones that that are on Twitter are all quite positive, and they saw the good out of the performance. Whereas everybody who's on Twitter or watched it on telly or listened to it on the radio like myself, and they tend to be a lot more negative. And Smarty put a tweet out this week about the correlation between fans on and off the internet, and he was spot on, to be fair. Like, anybody who's there is behind the team, and it just almost feels like anybody who's online or watches it on telly every week, they've got nothing else to moan about almost. If you're at the games, you sort of get it out there, and then don't you? Oh, for fuck's sake, what was that? You know what I mean?
And you have your chat at the pub afterwards, and you have the
whereas if you're watching it on telly, you're on your phone, so you're tweeting about it, or you're putting a post
it's
about
not just
it on
that,
Facebook.
Is it? When you're there, you're actually letting it out at the players, and you're getting to say it to them. At least you feel like you are, so you don't have that need to say it to everybody else instead.
That's not an attack on anybody at all, Jack. Sorry, mate. I didn't mean it like that. I just meant in general. Of the 3,000 Leeds fans that were there, I would probably say 90% of them were still positive at full time, even after a loss. They went out, enjoyed themselves, and then you look at Twitter as an example. You sort of flip reverse that. It's probably 10% of Twitter that's positive, And yeah, I mean, there's got to be some correlation in there, and I suppose you've had a good day out on the piss. That's probably the correlation.
But the other thing is, Luke, your point is fairly valid because everyone has their opinion, like, and they're entitled to say what they want to say. But at the same time, you're kind of looking at it going, just it doesn't take a lot to be positive in this kind of scenario where that'll help us in the way. Luke, you are right. Don't usually comment, but ended up fighting with my local postie on Twitter.
That's class.
Aggro Allison. That's it now. Tell you. Aggro Ali, man.
We need what is it called? What are them? They're like the Ring doorbells or whatever. We need footage from that.
Oh, Jesus, Allison.
We need to send it to.
Oh yeah, send that through. Jesus Christ, that'd be
Misses through
class.
letterbox.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. When it comes round and Alison steps out and jaws the fucker.
That's it.
Brilliant.
Talk to me like that on Twitter, you prick.
You might not get your post for a little while. That's the only problem. So we'll finish up on the game there because we've got there's a few comments coming in there where there's bits and bobs that we're going to talk about later on as well. So just to move on to the poll options, is it? We're on to the poll options now, is it? Is it? Yeah. Well,
Is it?
I thought
Twitter poll results.
You're the
So,
captain of
It
the
is
ship
now.
today, Karl.
Well, I did mention it before we came on, so Smarty, I'm going to hand it over to you. What's the crack with the poll?
Thank you very much. Yes, as I stated today,
Mateus
as far as polls go, you what?
Did he just say what's the crack with the poll? Is it about Mateus? Is it about Clip?
No.
Has anyone got a tumbleweed gif that we can play?
Oh, that's got "Hello Darkness, my old friend" written all over it.
I'll be going in outtakes, piss takes, and Gilly's best bits. That one. So yeah, as far as polls were going this week, lads, I was struggling. Well, anyway, we'll crack on. So in last place,
It's a poll. That's why. There's a difference between a poll and a poll.
I know, capital P.
Whatever, man.
Capital P.
Can you let me crack on with this?
What's in Eastern Europe?
One says fuck off, Bob. Anyway, so thank you to everyone who voted via our poll on Twitter. The poll results have been accounted and verified and all that bollocks. In last place, which is bigger, Jay or a flump? With like I say, I was struggling for stuff this week. 14%. Who we got left? With 23%, Marsh's quotes inspirational or cringy, and then fucking hell, with 57%, fuck the poll, which was who stays and who goes if we're relegated this season. So, because we've discussed this quite a few times, literally, it must be every few weeks. I think we discuss this sort of stuff. I've asked the boys to give me the top 5 players that we think will go should we get relegated. Who we would like to stay, not including the 5 that are in here, who we think will go, and who we would want to leave. You can have a couple of minutes each. I'll start with you, Karl. 5 to go, 5 you want to stay, and who do you think you should fuck off? Tell them to fuck off and never come back.
5 to go.
So we're doing it as a collective or 5 each?
5 each.
Geez, 5 each.
Right.
No, 5 players you think are going to leave if we get relegated. So it gives you 5.
If we get relegated, all right. Okay,
if we get relegated, who are the 5 that will leave straight away? See you later. There's fuck all we can do about it. Then
Phillips,
who do you want to keep out of whoever's left?
Right.
And then who you would really, really want to go? You would gladly never see the back of.
Okay. Phillips,
Glad to
Rafinha,
see the back of, should I say?
Rodrigo. I think Click will go. And I think Bamford. How many is that? 5. Yeah.
I'll go Meslier, KP, Raf, Joffy, and
You've said Bamford already, haven't you? Did you? I don't know. I can't remember.
KP, Raf, Joffy, Meslier,
Yeah,
Bamford.
Right. Jay.
Calvin, Rafa, Rod, Llorente, Koch, KP. Oh, you said KP.
That's 6.
Yeah. No, it's 5. You just said one twice.
It's easy, isn't it? You could probably name 7 or 8, to be fair, but it's 100% definitely leaving. I would say Calvin, Rafinha, Rodrigo. Harrison. I think he'll be gone.
Harrison.
And I think someone might swoop for James as well. I think someone might.
Not Meslier. You don't think Meslier would go?
I don't know. Do you know what? Right, we'll move on to who we would like to stay. I don't think Melier and I don't think Click would go. I think they're quite. I wouldn't say they've got the Leeds at heart, but they probably have. But they're quite. What's the best way to
furniture?
Well, to be fair, Click was getting international football even when we were in the Championship, so that wouldn't be an issue for him.
Like massive crop of players, is it? But just a huge amount of loyalty from it, especially a good crop of the Championship players. You know,
but Calvin's obviously got that loyalty, but he's on a different. He's world class, like, do you know what I mean? So it's obvious that we've cashed in on
he'd
him.
have to go. He'd have to go.
Yeah.
He'd have to go.
I
So
saw
what's the
something.
next part? Go on, sorry.
So who would we like to stay, not including the 5 that obviously you've said that'll leave, that would definitely leave? Who were the 5 that you'd like to stay? Who may go? Basically, out of the rest.
Okay.
You've got Harrison, etc., etc. Just to give it. You don't have to go into too much.
You want me to go first? Yeah.
Yeah, you can go first if you want.
I'll go for the best of the rest. I'd like to keep Rodrigo because I didn't name him. I actually missed him. I would probably have swapped if I'd remembered Rodrigo for Joffe. So what I'll do is I'll swap that. So I'll keep Joffe. I'd like to keep Dan James, Harrison. I think they rip that league up. Cody Drama. I don't want him to go out after his good loan spell. And Click. My 5.
Yeah.
Jay?
I think for me, who could go that I'd keep Joffe, Bamford, Dramé. Oh, I've gone blank now.
Dramé. Apparently.
Who's Dramé?
Don't know. It's Drama's secret brother. Keeps him in line.
And Harrison, I guess.
Karl, while you're supping your ale.
Players I'd like to stay that could go: Meslier, Cock, Harrison, Joffe, and Drama.
Oh yeah. It's a tough one, isn't it? I would like to keep Harrison, Bamford, Melier, Dallas. I'd love to keep Dallas and Cooper.
I think they stay anyway.
I know.
I think they stay anyway.
Well, with Bamford, I don't know if someone came in for. Well, I don't. Will anyone come in for Bamford? That's the thing.
Well,
what's the value? He's been injured.
He could do, but because of his last year, he's been injured central, and people might overlook him. Think, oh no, it's probably a bit of a because he wasn't great. He wasn't rated that highly in Premier League before. Obviously, he had that cracking season last season. So he might, hopefully, someone might come go under the radar. But who do we want to leave then, lads? You can name as many as you like. You don't have to keep it to 5. Who do you want to leave? Who would you gladly see the fucking back of? Open the door, drive them to airport, off you folks, see you later.
See, this is a tough one because our squad is tiny.
Yeah. Lawrence de Bock.
Don't forget about people that are out on loan and stuff like that.
Yeah,
don't forget
Costa.
So it's Kiko.
Oh, Kiko and Costa. Shit,
Yeah, those
I forgot
3.
about them.
De Bock, Costa, Kiko.
Yeah.
Have we got anybody else out on loan like that?
I don't think so.
But yeah, no, definitely those 3. I just feel a little bit. I tell you, I do feel a little bit before. I think they might get a lot bit more time, and that if we were to get. I know this sounds really negative tonight, people who are listening and watching, but we're obviously contingency and continuation planning for the worst here. But I tell you, might get a bit more time if we do drop down. I think we might see a bit more of Shaq in midfield. In that, because Calvin will inevitably leave, and I think that's his best position, that sort of central midfield role. But yeah, I think those 3 are off the top of my head. I mean, even to an extent,
Somerville will get great opportunity down in that division as well. Like,
but even to an extent, Firpo hasn't earned his living. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
We'll have little Ian back as well, won't we?
What are you looking at me like that for, Smarty?
Because he needs to fuck off, man.
Pavada's another one.
Pavada, I like Pavada. I've always liked
doing all right for Blackburn.
but he's back playing now.
Yeah, snapped his ankle, wasn't it? His ankle
Yeah.
Something like that.
He's looking ripped and all. Have you seen him in that inside Ellen Road shit? Fuck me.
I'd have him back. Like,
Absolutely.
I'd 100% have him back. He's had a good pretty much, second season under. Well, it won't be for Tony Mowbray anymore, will it? He's gone, isn't he?
What do we think about Forshaw? Because he's not signed another contract yet, has it? And his contract runs out at the end of the season.
Give him a contract. The fuck are you doing?
Did you see Helder Costa played against Villarreal the other night, a couple of weeks ago for Valencia? Played 90 minutes and he got a 3 out of 10 in the local paper rating.
Really?
Slammed. Yeah, fucking did. Yeah,
and he got 90 minutes.
90 minutes.
We don't want him back.
Villarreal. They were beat 2-0 and he got absolutely hammered. I forget where I seen it, but it was fucking awful. He's awful. He's shite, and he's dog shit.
Oh, terrible.
He's a pure confidence player, that guy. Like,
tell you what, Firpo's worse than Costa.
No,
Bielsa's football never suited Costa anyway. When you look at Costa when he was playing for Wolves and he had all that space to run in and stuff like that, he were a lot better player. I suppose it just depends on the style, doesn't it? But you don't know, do you? I mean, fucking hell, Calvin Phillips isn't playing great under Marsh, and Calvin Phillips was one of the best fucking English players in world.
Yeah.
Well,
one of the best English players in the world.
I meant in league. I don't know why I said in world. It's just Smarty.
I'll tell you who else is due to come back as well. Bogusz. I think he's injured.
Yes.
I think he is back.
Imagine getting him back.
He was playing really well. He was doing.
Was he
on a little Ibiza or somewhere?
Yeah.
Forshaw still has a year left.
Has he?
Are you sure?
I thought it was coming to an end. But even if he has
that
a year
Forshaw?
left, that's grand.
I don't
You
think
Forshaw?
Well,
wasn't this year his extension?
They have tempted to drive Ailing at a fucking airport.
I'm not a fan of that.
Nah, I wouldn't really get rid of him.
I'm not a fan of that, Jay. That one moment does not determine his career. Yeah, he made a mistake, but
what did he say?
Look at the goals he scored. Luke Ayling, he'd drive him to the airport.
I said after Sunday, I'd be tempted to drive Luke Ayling to the airport.
Disgusting.
This is the kind of shit we deal with on a regular basis, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, somebody has to have a controversial opinion because you lot are just cruising through tonight. You're on autopilot, you lads. Luke's fucking phoning it in. Smarty's barely with us.
I got hammered for a fucking
I'm trying to find out when Forshaw's contract ends. I'm doing something. I'm trying to contribute here, James.
Productive. Fucking productive. That's what it is, Smart.
I was doing that as well. His contract is out of contract.
I think it's 2023. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're
so
right.
Greenwood, Somerville, Forshaw, and Ayling are out of contract at the end of next season. So, yes, you are right, Mark Rolton. Well done.
We've actually got some really good young players.
Give yourself a little tiny pat on the back.
Basis of a good team.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I think if we went down, we've got quite a good chance of going back up with the players that we'd have left, I think, anyway. But
has everyone resigned to the fact that we're going down then?
No.
Because there's a lot of talk. Twitter's rife. Everyone's wanting to go and play Kirby on fucking M62. You know, that's how people have programmed themselves into thinking now, oh shit, it's doom and gloom. We're absolutely fucked. RMS Destination Championship. But I'm still quite positive. I'm still quite hopeful. I don't know why, because I think if we were to keep the majority of the players we've got, even if we were to get some better players, I still think we'll be absolutely shite on the Marsh. Because I don't think he plays very good football.
Right,
but I hope I will be proved wrong. I've said this. I've said this in my defence. I hope I'm proved wrong because I like the guy. But from what I've seen, it's pish.
My counter argument to that is you look at when he's come in within a season, in the middle of a season, he's played under, he's taken over a squad that have been playing under arguably one of the most influential managers the game's ever seen.
Yes.
And they've been turned into robots pretty much to run through brick walls in a certain style over the last 3.5 years. To come in and then throw all that in the air, forget every fucking thing you've learned over the last, 3.5 years, to then learn a different style of football. Not just style of football, the pressing defensively is completely different to what they learned. Man for man and zonal are worlds apart. Yes, it's defending, but they're absolute worlds apart. To add to that, the formation is completely different. He's almost come in and actually had to Well, he has. He's actually changed everything about Leeds United. He's changed everything about it. So that system that we were playing, that we were relatively comfortable with, we weren't winning. We were losing a lot of games and we were getting hammered. It had been worked out. But
Jesse Marsh has now come in and he's mixed that system up. We've got some results. We're not playing sexy football. We're not conceding as much. Don't roll your eyes at me.
Who's rolling eyes?
Fucking Smarty, the prick.
Do you know what? There's a fly on roof.
He's scared of it. But yeah, look, I think given a transfer window and a full summer with a squad, I think we'd be pleasantly surprised. And I think people have been overly critical of Marsh, to be honest.
I think so too. I was having
You're
a
right.
discussion with somebody on Twitter today who called him a novice. And I said, he's not a novice, though, is he? He's managing.
Call yourself a fan?
Exactly. And the guy said, he's the most novice manager in the Premier League. I said, well, Jackson.
He's managing the Premier League.
Even Steven Gerrard are more novices than he is. Gerrard's managed in Scotland before this. Now he's in Premier League. Marsh managed in Champions League. Now he's in Premier League. So I'd say he's got better experience than Gerrard. Not saying he's going to be a better manager. We don't know. But he's got better experience. People are writing the guy off. They just don't like him. The football's been dire, but it's got us results for the most part. And people don't seem to be able to separate the two. It's like they think football's shit, so he's crap. But obviously,
so all these
playing this football.
There's a lot of blame to lay at the players' feet as well, though. Not just Marsh.
Yeah, of course there is.
Big time.
Everyone
especially
knows.
when we used to play such attacking, open football to then be almost a mixture of what we were and a Burnley, playing defensively and holding and trying not to concede and getting a win. It's difficult to take in when we've been so used to watching such great football over 3.5 years, and it is difficult. And I understand why people are frustrated and angry about it. I completely understand that, but we've got to give the fucker a chance. Do you know, all these people slating him before he started, they're not giving him a chance.
I feel that he has got a good football brain about him and he knows what he wants to put into practice on the pitch. Mm-hmm. I don't think that formation works no matter what fucking team you use. And I'm sorry, the Premier League does not let you use that formation. The way the Premier League is played, we will get fucking annihilated for every game we play. Even in the Championship, we try playing that football. There is absolutely no way that formation works in the Premier League. The Premier League is far too fast for that system to work. Scum can't even get it to work, and look at the squad they have. I know I feel like a broken record repeating myself, but that formation will not work. It's far too narrow, far too schoolboy shit. Everyone running in the same direction. It's like everyone's following the ball. Not going to work. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be negative.
No,
I think Marsh, as a coach, knows football. He seems to come across as a knowledgeable guy. That formation is bullshit.
Arguably,
you even said yourself that they played better when they started to get some width and they defected.
I was just about to say exactly that. Arguably, we come into our own and look a little bit more composed, dangerous when we open up a bit, but it doesn't tend to do that until the last 10-15 minutes if we're losing.
The thing. Yeah, I don't get that.
So hopefully he'll recognise that, give him more time. Yeah. I mean, he should have probably recognised that as a good coach now, but we need to, that formation might work, but he's not his players. He's inherited a team of players that aren't.
I get that.
A team of guys whose confidence was on the floor.
Yeah, but.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, lads. If a squad that's the price of that fucking lot over the other side of the Pennines can't get that right under a coach who's been playing that formation a little longer than Jesse Marsh because he's followed him from each club he's gone to, and he can't get that crowd of shite.
There's more wrong than the formation at fucking Scum, mate. I'll tell you that now.
No, exactly. I know there is. But at the start, he was still playing that same formation before it went completely sour on them. And it wasn't really working. I'm not saying Marsh is a bad coach or anything like that.
I guess time will tell, won't it? Because he's not. He seems to me he does change it up. He mixes it up and he does change the formation, and we do get better. But what he doesn't want us to be from kickoff is wide open and conceding goals like we did at Arsenal. That's not what he wanted. He doesn't want us to lose a game before it started, I think, and I think he's coming and it's undeniable that we've looked better defensively. tenfold.
I'm not
probably.
saying that we haven't. No,
And how many times
absolutely.
this season have we looked like we beat by half time in games before he came in? Do you know what I mean? We've had so many games where the second half might as well not bothered because we were already beat.
Yeah, I think it's just a case of we need to stick by him, stick by the lads, and all this fucking petty shit about toing and throwing all over the internet and that just. I mean, it's not going to stop, but it when it just needs to get there and hopefully, I think we've got enough to stay up. And somebody said a minute ago in the comments that Derek, I think he's probably right. I mean, Everton are probably. I would probably chance my arm and say they're safe now. So I think it's a shootout between us and Burnley. But
you don't know though, do you?
No, you never know. And Southampton,
because if they've gone into their heads, are we done enough now? We're going to be all right.
You'll never.
They've still got some tough games. They've got Tottenham to play and stuff. You know.
Yeah, they have. Yeah.
No, that's Burnley.
Villa and Tottenham.
No, Burnley. No, that's Burnley.
Burnley.
Yeah. Who have Everton got?
And Newcastle. Burnley have got Villa, Tottenham, and Newcastle. Everton have got Watford away.
Got 4 games.
They've got 4 games, Everton. We've got 3 as of Burnley. Everton have got Watford away next, I think, which should be an easy 3 points. And they've got a couple of home games, and they've been quite good at home this season, haven't they? In comparison to away. So I think if I was to sort of, have a bit of a bet, I would probably bet that it's a two-team shootout between Burnley and ourselves. And I think we've got enough, lads. I'll be honest with you. I'm quietly optimistic that we've got enough to get more points from our remaining 3.
I think so now. After that Villa result for Burnley, that's changed things quite a lot for me. If they'd have won that game, that'd have been.
I'm just going to stick. I've uploaded the table. Everton have got Watford. Yes, arguably an easy game. However, they're under no pressure to perform now. They can just go out there and do what they fucking want. So they're, you never know. They might surprise you. Then they've got Brentford, who are playing rather well at the moment. It has to be said. And then they've got
we've
Palace.
got last game away this season.
They've got Palace. Who we all know on the day are an absolutely fantastic footballing squad. And then right at the very end, they've got Arsenal, who are playing really, really well.
It's going to come down to the last day of the season for me.
So there's.
I think it will.
Get rid of that comment. So there you go. I mean, it's tight, and you just never know. You just never know. And people, you know what's surprised me? The amount of people who actually genuinely thought we were going to get something out of City and Arsenal. I was just like, I think a few of us have said, pretty much right the way through since Marsh has come into it, that it's going to go right down to why is this? What people are losing their minds on Twitter, and I mean, we refer to Twitter because obviously we all communicate through it. It's a platform that we've all got in common. But the amount of fucking idiots on there, we're doomed, we're fucked, blah 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 blah.
I know.
There's still plenty to play for. There's still plenty to play for.
Our point of goal difference is worth knocking a point off for because we pretty much need to finish a point ahead of anybody, unless we go out and spank 2 teams 10-0 apiece, then we'll be all right. But
that's it.
Chelsea 10-0, beat them 10-0, fucking break the Premier League record against them.
Could you imagine? Jesus.
I'll tell you what.
So look,
like people moaning about Marsh and stuff. Honestly, it's just like with some of the decisions and judgment this board have shown, fucking Badgegate. NFTs, various other bullshit. We're just lucky that Rads didn't Google fucking managers and come up with Big Sam or Mark Hughes.
Tell you what, lads. Southampton have played 36 games.
Yeah, they've only got 2 left.
They are next to play Liverpool, and they'll probably be handed 3 points by Leicester because they're fucking dog shit.
Yeah.
But
they're going to finish with 4 points.
I'll tell you what, if they don't perform and us 3 do, they're fucked. They're as much in it as the other 3. They're only 5 points above Everton, who are apparently safe, but they're not. None of them are safe. Southampton are still in trouble as well.
It's going to be. Do you know what? I'd rather be a neutral in this position, but it is going to be an exciting end to the season, regardless of what happens in it.
It's not going to be exciting at all. It's going to be absolutely horrific.
It's going to be painful. It's going to be horrible. But you know what I mean. It's going to be. It needs this, doesn't it? This is what football's about. I mean, I tell you what, I'd much rather be in a position that we're in now with the possibility of staying in the Premier League rather than being in the Championship trying to fight to get back into the Premier League. We're in a better position now than what we were 2 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Yeah, I couldn't argue with that. Definitely.
I just think it's meant. If Everton, Burnley, and Leeds perform, we could all potentially get 6 points out of our next few games.
We
and
need
Southampton
7 though,
don't
against
get
Southampton.
2 wins. Or, well, I suppose they could get a point against Leeds. They aren't going to beat.
We need
Liverpool.
7 because Southampton, the goal difference. So we need 7 to
yeah,
go
true.
above Southampton.
It's all right because we're winning tomorrow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Telling
Well, you just never know, dear. You never know. You never know.
No,
I mean, do you know what? I'd take a draw tomorrow and then win one of the last 2, and I think we'll be safe.
yeah.
Probably.
I think we need 4 points, me, from the final 3 games. I'll be honest. I think we need
5.
4.
I said from ages ago, if we get to between 37 and 39 points, we'll be sound.
It's poo-pooed the old 35 points you safe argument, though, isn't it? For the first time in Christ knows how long. I think if you got
People have gone
28
down on 40 points.
Yeah.
I think if you got 29 points last season, you'd have been safe.
Well,
That's
that's
mad, isn't it?
Right?
It's only because Burnley have come to life last minute, isn't it?
Yeah, that's essentially
The way
it.
we're going, they just look.
The thing is,
fucked.
like you listen to people like Phil A, and they've been banging around all season. 35 points is, that's the point we need to get to. 35
The benchmark.
points. Literally on the doorstep of 35 points, and it's like shit. We ain't got enough. It's going. We need more. But whatever.
You're
But
not
yeah,
gonna
I
feel
think
the
that's cool.
if on less than 38.
Are they them special brownies, Alison, that you can share?
Sort of a- oh yeah, right.
Draw be delighted. Yeah, I think we'd all be more than delighted. I'm not expecting anything tomorrow because Chelsea are a fantastic team on paper. They're not playing too well, but I think I'd love a draw. A win would be great. If it could be done before Brentford, I hope Tony steps on a plug. Yeah, fair point. He's a prick.
Hey, Jack's been listening to me and my plugs.
I think we'll get a positive result tomorrow.
No, it's not them
I think
crazy
we're gonna get
crazy
something.
cookies that Jay eats.
So last season, Sheffield United on 23 points, West Brom 26, and Fulham on 28. So 29 points in the catch.
So we're almost 10 points ahead of that. This year.
Fucking far cry
when
from
we
that.
were relegated the first time from Premier, I think it was 34
33.
or 33. Yeah, 33 points.
Yeah.
33 and a third.
33 and a third.
Cool. What do we do? Come on then, Karl.
Karl,
What we were going to do there now is we were going to chat about the membership because it was brought up earlier on. I just want to have a quick chat because from your perspective, Luke, you're a member. What's your feeling on the whole thing going forward? Because personally, I think it needs to be done in a different way for fans to get a fair crack at it.
Yeah. There's a couple of things I took out of that membership. I mean, I'm not going to be early renewing because last season they gave you a £10 discount for renewing. Not even early, just for renewing. They give you a £10 discount. This year it's £5 if you do it by a certain date, which obviously screams get money into the club as fast as possible. And yeah, there's a couple of things that I noticed on there. 10% chance of getting tickets increase, apparently. Not sure where that 10% is coming from, unless they're going to build, loads more tickets, or whether loads of season ticket holders have chucked in there, have not renewed. But that would then beg the question: what's happened to the season ticket waiting list? Where's these 10% tickets coming from? That chance that you're going to get. I'm pretty sure 10% of our. Even so, safe standing. Who smells?
Who's this? It's Jordan, isn't it?
It's me. It's me working in background.
Well, keep it in the fucking background. JJ, the conversations we had with Graham went from Lush when the Leeds United Supporters Trust. When we had him on, it doesn't actually increase based on the size. So you don't actually get any more capacity from putting in safe standing because you've got to have a chair for every standing place. So although there is safe standing, you still got a seat. They've got it. Where was it, Karl? Where we went? Was that Spurs?
Yeah,
there's a bit.
Spurs have safe standing. Yeah, it's fucking
shite. A bit in the cup, yeah. But I can't see 10% is quite a lot of chances to get a spare ticket, and I just don't know where they're coming from. Timing, absolutely fucking read the room, guys. Do you know what I mean? It's fucking not the time to start promoting.
Sorry, I was just working in background, so I've just put this on into one of the overlays. Sorry. So there you go.
Okay,
So there you go. We can talk. There you go.
No, what you doing there, man?
So last year
Let's
it
take
was
that.
was £75 last year, but you got £10 discount for renewing, pretty much. So, just a renewal bonus, I suppose, whatever it was. And so it cost me £65, whereas this year it's £75 for me, and they'll only give me a £5 discount if I renew by a certain date. I think it's 6th of June. By midnight on the 6th of June. So yeah, bollocks, fuck you. I'd rather pay the extra £5 of not give it to him, hopefully, when he's not here, potentially.
Does this membership and season ticket renewal thing all smell a bit like Ken Bates with his 20-year season ticket before he fucked off to anyone?
He didn't do that, did he? That was Chef Wednesday.
No, it were Ken Bates.
Not Ken Bates did it.
We had a 20
years as well.
Yeah.
People who bought it. It was like
Moscow White. He's got 2 years left on his or something.
There's a whole bunch of people.
It's only like $2,000 or something.
Mortgaged. You can't. The club can't sell them.
I mean, it just stinks to me. It's just the timing's not. We're 3 games away from a relegation. 3 games into a relegation, but 3 games left of a relegation battle, and for him to start promoting memberships for next year, it's not the time.
No, I think.
You know what I mean?
I think with the way it was as well, I think the season ticket renewal was badly timed as well. Judging
because it came on the back of the Spurs scum and whatever other game Liverpool wore it,
and
you've
it's
got to renew now.
The thing is as well, there's a lot of people who've paid a 10% increase, and it could mean like £750 or something like that. That could potentially to be watching Championship football,
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I don't care. I'm going to renew. I don't care what league we're in. I'm going to renew.
I know. I've renewed as well. But I'm just saying, to some people that might be, a fucking crazy amount of money to be watching Championship football.
It's just the timing of it. It just doesn't add up and make sense. Why not wait until the end of the season? What difference does it make? Do it now or in
it's
3
a
weeks'
PR
time?
nightmare, man. They've had a serious brain fart in the boardroom these last couple of weeks. It's been.
I'm gonna say
they're panicking.
The NFT shit, is it?
I tell you what's going on, right? This is my opinion. Obviously, I don't know what's going on. So this is views of myself and not obviously of the pod or anyone else. But I have a feeling that he's preparing for the worst, and he's set to lose a lot of money if we get relegated. Obviously, because he's not going to be able to flog the club for however much. He's trying to recuperate.
Club won't be worth as much, will it? And revenue won't be as high.
He's trying to recuperate. He's trying to recuperate get as much cash flow into the company, Leeds United, as much as he can now, because that will increase his share price ultimately. That's how it looks to me. I could be way off the mark, but it just something just doesn't.
It stinks of panic.
Right.
It's just the push, isn't it, on everything before the end of the season? There's a push on everything. Season tickets, membership.
It's like you didn't whatever about not buying or Bielsa's opinion on a transfer in January. If a player wants to come and he's going to cost 25 million, spend it in January. If we're in fucking dire need of a player in that position, which we are in that Anderson fella, is it? It's like fucking hell. It's like you can't just start milking the fans for all this fucking money after you shithoused a seriously fucking good opportunity to bring someone in.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't, did they? They knew they were never going to fucking get him.
Yeah, but
they knew they were never going to get him. It's like the whole West Ham thing with Phillips and Rafinha. They weren't ever going to get them, but they didn't do anything in transfer market. And it was just a big show for their fans. We've bid for Rafinha and we've bid for Phillips. It's not our fault. Blah blah blah. They didn't say him. They knew full well they were never going to get Aronson, but they didn't chase anyone else.
No.
We needed so many different fucking players to bolster our chuffing team because we were absolutely on its ass. We had half of the team with 23s. We're getting pumped by fucking City 7-0. And this is pre the transfer window. Yeah, them wankers on the board, and probably Bielsa included, let's be totally honest. Either or either, we'll never get to the bottom of it, but we might as well throw them all in the same out. They're a set of fucking arseholes, and they've gambled massively, and it's probably not going to pay off. And so Arthur's players are going to have to be sold because we aren't going to be able to sustain that sort of wage when we go down to Championship, and we're going to have to rebuild. So we're probably going to be down in Championship for another couple of seasons at the very best, by the way. If
Can I
that
throw something out there just to see what you all think? Does 10 million for Lewis O'Brien, who's absolutely killing it for Huddersfield, seem like an awful amount of money to waste in January when we should have signed a midfielder?
Do you know,
that's
I've got-
hindsight, though.
No, I know, yeah,
Hindsight,
but we
yeah.
needed them, and they weren't
Is he
going
better
to
than
spend
Forshaw?
10 million.
Is he any better than Forshaw?
No better
And I
than
don't want to
Forshaw.
quote Rads. I don't want to quote Rads.
No, I agree with you here, Smarty.
But he ain't any better than Forshaw.
No, I
So
know,
he
yeah,
didn't
but
fucking
What
thing,
we
does it?
could have done with him
But
as
look at
well as
Forshaw now,
Forshaw.
like.
But
Look at
hindsight, we
Forshaw
didn't
now,
know that
there's
we were going to have
no one
fucking
in there.
70 million
Philip
injuries.
Pont
didn't we?
injured
Do
it.
you know what
Oh
I mean?
no, well, December won it.
Yeah, everyone was fucked in January, like, so we knew what
Everybody
our
was
state
fucked.
was.
Yeah, look, we should have signed somebody ultimately.
We were in
But-
for
yeah.
that Lewis O'Brien in December, January though. We were in for him in summer.
Yeah, but I'm
that's
just
right.
saying, do you not think, maybe give them 10 million, get him in? He's going to bolster our midfield. That's
I
what
think
we
the
were
problem
looking for.
was,
We weren't looking for a player to take over from Phillips. We were looking
Mm.
for a player to cover Phillips in the best possible way we could for the games he was missing.
Did Lewis
And
Bain
remember
not do that on Sunday?
Huh?
Did
Yeah,
Lewis
but
Bain
where
not come in and
the
do that?
fuck? Yeah, where the fuck was
I
he in
thought he
January?
played fantastically.
why
Remember
not put
in
him in then?
December? Remember in
Well,
December,
Bielsa
January?
wouldn't play him.
No, I know,
He
yeah.
didn't Bielsa.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that's
Can
what
I-
I'm saying. Why not play him then? If
Can I
he's
just say
if,
this?
if he's that good, like.
Remember in
a lot of
January,
blame on a
December,
lot of people.
January,
Sorry,
when I
it's
said that we could do ideally with someone like Fernandinho, might have been a pipe dream, and I did say it was a pipe dream. But imagine the scenario. Hello, Mr. Pep Guardiola. Is there any chance we can sign the old fucking what's his name for rest at season? Because his contract ends at the end of the
Fernandinho.
season. And he's fucking off here, Fernandinho. I mean, why aren't we trying to do shit like that? That's a quick fix. He wouldn't have cost the world, and he's a fantastic player, and he's still fucking doing it. He scored against us, for fuck's sake. Why aren't we doing shit like that? Why weren't we doing stuff like that? That were minimal. You wouldn't have had to spend 10 million on fucking Lewis O'Brien. You could have spent 2-3 million. Fernandinho, come over here for 6 months, old cop. Jobs are good and cheers. Thanks.
Hang
Would
on
have
a sec, Smarty.
sold enough shirts with his name.
Oh, to know better.
I guess this is
Yeah,
the
so
alternate
getting
bit. We're already halfway into it, aren't we?
Yeah.
The thing is, you all laughed at me saying, "Oh, don't be stupid. We'll be all right." And I was
No,
like,
did we
"I'm telling you
fuck?
now."
I didn't say it would be all right. I said we need signings. This is a fucking disaster.
Remember,
No,
our
the-
squad was decimated in January.
Yeah,
it
no,
was
but
just
it
ridiculous.
was
no
quite,
Leeds
I was,
fan that
it was
didn't
quite
want to
comical.
sign
It was
him.
laughed at. It was scoffed at.
Gambled.
I'm telling you fucking now.
I think this pretty much hits the nail on the head, Alison and
Yeah.
Marty. They have gambled. He has gambled on the cheap, and he's tried to do this because of the because the success I think we had with this squad in the league last season. He's thought we've got this deal in place with the 49ers. It can be exercised next year. We don't need to sign anybody because even if we finish 15th, I'll still get this money because we'll be in the Premier League. Now he's absolutely shitting himself because we might not be in that fucking position. Hence the reason he's selling fucking NFTs, why he's selling fucking memberships 3 months before fucking starting next season, 4 months before the start of next season. And it just all stinks ultimately. And he's got a lot to answer for. And I suggest if we don't stay up, he'll probably get chased out of fucking Ellen Road.
I was going to.
You be careful. He's
now.
now a
Stay
patron.
away.
He's not a patron saint, whatever he is.
What?
Victor Orta. You be careful, Jack.
Uh,
Although
although
can't
actually,
really
we might change it to he
I
ought
can't
to know
really
better.
argue with what you're saying.
Honestly,
All
you're
to-
right.
all
though.
to know
I
better.
reckon.
What
I
do you
reckon
guys
that-
think
I
of the
reckon they
four?
looked at the table though. Hang on, Smarty. I reckon they looked
Three.
at the table and like fucking ninth. We're definitely going to be all right next season, lads. Come on,
We're
get
fucking
fucking
rich
double up.
boys.
Do you know what I mean? Fucking woo! Rad swinging his fucking tie around his head, and then look what's happened because they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know football.
I think they got a bit ahead of themselves when we landed Marcelo, and they thought that's it. We don't need to do fucking anything else. This guy's a wizard. He's going to wave his wand around and he's going to be like, "Right, boys, you're sorted now. I've got this covered." You still need players when players are fucking injured, though.
It all went to rat shit.
You know, you still need players to replace players when fucking players
know
are
what?
It
injured.
has been a very, very
I've
unfortunate
been
series
very-
of events this season.
I've not been. I don't suppose defensive is the best word, but appreciative of the work that Rads has done up until probably the last few months.
I think we all
Getting us
were,
back
though.
to the, I think a lot of people we've just got to be careful about we're in a poor position now. If we were 15th, say,
would we all be at his throat? And you know, would we? Realistically, we wouldn't, would we? As a fan base, as a whole, there'd still be the odd idiot that might be, but as a whole, the reason that we are so at the moment is simply because of the league position. I mean, you look what he brought back to the club, and I've just tweeted something earlier. I think we're the 17th or something net biggest spenders in the last 10 years. Now, I'm not being funny, but Cellino didn't fucking spend anything, so we could probably drop that down to maybe 3 or 4 years. And I would suggest the majority of the net spend is in the 4 years because we've not made that much money either. No. So yeah, I mean, we've got to be appreciative, but still, he has tried doing it on the cheap ultimately, and he may pay the ultimate price, and we may as fans.
Right.
You know what's sad about the whole thing, though? Like, if you hang
on a lot tonight, you.
Listen, you fucking tell him to hang on here, like.
No one lets me speak half at times, so now you're gonna. So if he sold the club last summer.
You know what he's gonna do now, don't you?
I do. Hold them to the best, though. Come on, Jay. I'm kidding.
Come on.
I'll just fuck off.
Don't carry on, Jay, man. Carry on.
Just fuck off.
No, carry on.
If he sold the club last summer when we were 9th, history would have looked on him like favourably forever. He would have had an amazing legacy. He would have been like the best owner in modern times, all that. Now he's carried it on. He's fucked it all, and he's pissing his legacy away. Just like Luke does every fucking weekend.
That's my life savings.
Look, before we move on to the Chelsea and Brighton game, because we still have to talk about the Chelsea and Brighton games, do we think that's down to the
fucking hour deep here?
I know, yeah. Do you think that's down to the 49ers, Jay, more so than Rad's not selling last year? Do you think
I missed out for that because Smarty were talking about us being an hour in.
All right. Do you think
Rad fucking start me? You fucking tosser.
Silence. I can boot you.
I can do the same at all.
Oh.
Fucking hell. Oh.
It's descending into chaos.
Piss off.
Don't start fucking shitting your balls and waving them at me, mate.
Right.
I'll wave them wherever I want.
Look. There's no fucking ball waving contest in here tonight, all right?
Yes, Alison, I will be, yes.
Yeah. So let's get on to Chelsea and Brighton. Right. We've got Chelsea tomorrow night. They've got the FA Cup on Saturday. They may play a weakened team, but even their weakened team is still pretty much fucking stronger than what we've got. Don't fucking even think about it. We go to you first, Luke. You're being Mr. Positive tonight, so I wanted to see what your opinion is on tomorrow.
On tomorrow, mate, I'm not expecting anything. As I said before, I think Chelsea on paper are a much better side than us. And although I think we will make home advantage pay tomorrow, and I think we'll nick a point. Something in me thinks that we'll have enough with the crowd behind us, with the position we're in. They've obviously got one foot looking towards the FA Cup. They're not in the greatest fettle at the minute. They're not performing overly well. They've been beaten by Everton and Brentford and a couple. They've not been playing great. Arsenal, I think, as well recently. So yeah, I think it's probably the best time we could have played Chelsea and at home. Do you know what I mean? I think it's a good time for us. And yeah, I'm hoping for a draw. If we lose, I still won't be overly disappointed because I think we can get a lot from our last 2 games. And yeah, that's it really. I think they'll cause us trouble. It'll be quite an open game, and we'll nick a point. Is my opinion prediction. What do you want to say?
With their starting lineup in mind, Jay, they've still got Lukaku. They played him at the weekend and he scored 2 goals and they took him off. Do you think they're going to start him tomorrow night? Because they're going to say like a striker that scores 2 goals, you kind of want to have him fit and ready for an FA Cup final. Like, do you think they're going to? Yeah. Do you think will they play him?
Probably get half the game or something. We're not that lucky, are we? We're not that lucky. But I mean, rumor has it, with the things that have been said today and people have been kicking off, Jesse's had been watching Rocky IV all week and has been giving motivational team talks about taking it to commie bastards, those damn Ruskies. and he's been listening to the soundtrack, and he's got them all fired up. So we're going to go out there. We're going to get something. We're going to smash Ivan Drago. We're going to get some points. Go sports!
Squatting logs and all sorts of stuff. Smarty,
Exactly.
what are you hoping for out of tomorrow night?
I hope they all stand on a plug when they get up tomorrow morning.
Who, Chelsea?
No, yeah, obviously Chelsea.
All right, okay.
Well, maybe Rads as well.
Oh well, yeah, okay. That's why I was asking.
I don't know. I'm more positive going into Chelsea game than I was going into Arsenal on Sunday.
Right.
But because I know there's trouble in the camp at Chelsea. There's all the stuff with the takeover in the background and stuff. They've got quite a few players injured. I think Kante and Jorginho are still doubtful for tomorrow. Kante's without doubt one of their best players. There's the whole arguments in the training camp. There's obviously Rudiger's just been rumoured he's going to Real Madrid. So everything's not absolutely hunky-dory rosy there. I mean, it's not by any means at Ellen Road. But, I fancy it. I wouldn't say a win. I'm definitely in Luke's camp with the I can hope for a draw. But I think it'll be a tighter game. My only concern is who we're going to play at right back, really, against Chelsea.
What about Shaq?
I think he's the most popular / obvious choice to play there. But he's not been getting many games. He's not got many minutes. He's not been featuring for under 23s. I know he's been training.
Well, like
Rafa right back.
The other thing is as well, like
just in disguise.
I think Shaq is the only one that we have available now that Dallas is out that is capable of playing in that right back position. If I'm honest, and I think
he'll do a job. He's a good player.
Yeah, I think having a speedy right back like Shaq behind Raf will benefit Raf in the long run because he knows he's not going to have to get back as quick to cover space and to cover defensive duties. So, shall we wave some smoke around? What?
Sorry.
Shall we wave some smoke
kept
around?
Everton up.
Kept Everton up.
You know something? Have you been to Future Jack? Have you?
Smoke. The fucking
Dan James. There's a lot of love for Dan James at right wing back.
Wing back, eh? Okay, now.
Jesus. All right, yeah, okay, so I was wrong.
I could see him flying into some people. He likes a challenge, doesn't he?
Love it, doesn't he? He
I
loves
have a lot of
it.
love for Dan James.
Tough little bollocks, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's a tough little bollocks, like.
Tough little bollocks.
Yeah.
He's a tough little bollocks. He's a singular. Tough little bollocks plural.
Tough little bollocks.
You know what I fucking mean, you bollocks.
Well, I've just never heard it before.
So, everyone wants Dan James at right back. We're saying Shaq. We're the ones talking, so tough
It's
shit,
just
really.
mad, innit? It's crazy, innit? Playing as fucking striker for the last pretty much all of the season at right back.
After
We all
everyone
need to be-
complained about Bielsa playing players in the wrong places.
Man, we all need to be sectioned as a fan base.
We're
A
all
week
fucked,
ago,
aren't we?
if you'd have said, right, lads, against Chelsea, we're having Dan James at right back, there'd have been absolutely chaos. But here we are. Everyone in the comments, Dan James at right back. Yeah, that's a really good idea.
Normal. I don't know why you're not talking about it anyway. You know, it's like, it's normal.
Mad. It's crazy. This is what happens.
So,
Everyone's been sniffing prick stick.
yeah, well, that's the stuff that doesn't get you whacked, so they'll be safe enough.
What are you drinking there, Smarty?
Semen from 1,000 gods.
Coca-Cola then.
It'll be something fancy from his wine cellar.
Dan James at right back. You know what? I like it. I'm coming round to it because I think he works hard. He's not too bad defensively. He's
good defensively.
He's actually quite good fucking in the air as well for a fucking little fella.
He's really good. It's just no
And
finish.
that means we could have
He's finishing
Harrison on the pitch at the same
Don't put
time.
him up front.
I know, yeah.
But imagine James overlapping Raf.
Yeah.
There's something in that.
Yeah, well, that's it.
Straight around outside of him. It's a cracking idea. In fact, fuck it, yeah. I'm all about the Dan James at right back idea. I'm all about
I
it.
Let's
would
fucking
Dan
go for it.
James could
Let's
laugh
get
at him.
a tweet out. Hashtag James at right back.
Yeah.
We'll get that out after the pod.
I'll do it.
Right,
I'll
so
do it now. I'll do it now.
We've just fixed our formation for Chelsea. So Brighton after their absolute hammering of Scum. How do we feel that will go? Because we haven't got a great record against them, really. Like, even
No,
at
we
home,
haven't,
Don't want to talk about them.
we haven't, but
kind of have
I
to
just
cover it,
feel
Jim.
that their season's pretty much over in it. I mean,
Well,
they've got nothing else to play for.
They're going to have their highest points total in the top flight of English football in their history.
Yeah, they've got nothing to play for, is what I mean, which can be dangerous because it means they'll be relaxed like they were against Scum, and they played some quite nice stuff, but ultimately Scum were fucking terrible.
Yeah,
they were awful.
Tweets out. Hashtag Dan James at right back. There we go.
There you go. Nice.
If you could all kindly retweet that, please, and we'll try and get that trending.
Get it trending. Get it trending on.
We'll get the Dan James at right back gravy train going. So
that's the one.
That's the sound. Not too bad.
And then somebody else will sell a T-shirt with it on.
You selling yours? Are you selling yours, Jay?
I am not, mate.
There's not much market for an extra small Dallas T-shirt, is there?
Yeah, it's a good job I don't wear extra small, isn't it?
Cut off at the nipples.
Not being able to buy a fucking hat with that head.
Just in case anyone is wondering, this is fucking normal. This is normal. This is all normal.
The nipples.
Not normal. Don't ever excuse these people.
As in,
mental abuse.
It's not a one-off incident, is what I'm saying. It's normal.
Definitely not. This is my life.
It's not isolated. This is my life now. If anybody was in the group earlier, so Smarty, I'm just going to explain something to anybody who listens. Smarty's responsible every week for putting the poll out there. Anyway, this week it was what's bigger, what's taller, Jay or a flump? Anyway, Jay then came in the group, everybody, and said, why is it always me?
Why is it?
We need to get him a Balotelli T-shirt. Why always me?
I know the answer.
I'm going to buy you
one. Knobheads.
Fair point. Going back to Brighton, Karl. Anyway, I just feel that there's a lot riding on that game. They're not. I mean, they've had a good season, but I think that's our biggest opportunity for a win before the end of the season.
Yeah, I think. I'd like to think that the next two games are both ones that we can get positive results out of. It's worrying that Brighton don't have anything to worry about, and they will have that free to do whatever they want kind of attitude, which isn't really something that we've come to expect from them in the Premier League. But it will go one of two ways for us in that game. We'll either hockey them, or the inevitable may happen. So we'll have to wait and see. What do you think there down the bottom, lads? What's the crack?
What do you think down there at the bottom, lads?
What do you think? I can't remember which one I went to last. Was it Jay? Was that last, or was it Smarty?
Jay can go first. Go on, Jay.
Go on, Jay.
I always worry about playing them, but as Gandhi once said, get into them, fuck them up.
Hey, you shouldn't always believe everything you read on the internet.
We just need to get stuck in. We need the crowd to intimidate them and send them packing. They've not played at a packed Elland Road for quite a while now, have they? Because this will be their first visit since the crowds came back.
Yeah. Well, in the Premier League.
Last couple of games, then.
But they haven't even sold all their tickets either. They've only sold half their tickets. So,
but again, nothing to play for now. So people, plastic fans can't be asked, can they?
Yeah, well, that won't make a difference for us. But we're a different breed, so that's that's all it is.
There might be some kind of pride event on in Brighton. That's that weekend. Not that I'm saying that's where they're all gone. Just there might be coincidence.
Yeah. A lot of Chelsea fans at it as well, perhaps.
They do like an holiday on the South Coast.
Yeah. Smarty, what are you thinking might be the case over the Brighton game? I'm afraid for Brighton more so than I am Chelsea, if I'm honest. But I do feel, we can get something from it.
It's a difficult one, isn't it? Because I think a lot of people, if it were to go right to the end, are banking on maybe getting some points versus Brighton and Brentford. If I were to it's too hard to judge. I mean, they're safe. Both them teams are safe. Brighton seem to be playing well. I mean, they dicked Scum at fucking weekend, which was great. We all had a laugh at it, but then obviously the realization crept in that, oh shit, we've still to play these fuckers. But you know, at the end of the day, I look at it like this: it's going to be a tough challenge. We were at our best at the end of the season once we'd managed to get safety in the Premier League for another season, and we played our best football. We were fearless. We had nothing to lose. Exactly the same as Brentford and Brighton. So by no means is it going to be easy. But I think, you know, with what's at stake, I think we might be able to get something out of it. But who knows? Who's their left back, right back in which that Spanish lad?
Cucurella.
Mate, how great is he?
Yeah,
he's a threat. Him.
We got dynamically fucked with that hair. Like, but,
we got Firpo over him.
Yeah,
imagine that now.
We were never in for him though. We were never even linked with him.
We're linked with everyone. Anyone who's foreign, who's half good, that's been injured fucking most of their career, that's, you know, an absolute no hope. They played for Barcelona when they were 6-year-old. Victor Orta straight in on them. You get a decent frigging English player. Oh, they don't want to know. It's like he's some sort of saviour coming out of the mists. Is Victor Orta. I will come and save your career. Come to Leeds. Marcelo Bielsa will fix you. No, it's gone to absolute rat shit. And we've signed an absolute codfish for left back. I would not ever like to see that useless bastard play another Leeds game in my fucking life. Genuinely. He's right on top of the fucking plug list.
We've already done it, like.
Smarty's just turned it into a full-on Auto Bitter Fest tonight.
You're angry here, you.
Right, seeing as
Jesus Christ.
Seeing as we've gotten through them two games anyway, and we have to do 2 rounds of predictions. So
right, I'll take a note of these then.
All right, nice and smart. Luke, go to you.
Auto no better predictions.
Nice one. At least hadn't gone too far. Give us Chelsea first.
Chelsea is going to be 2-2.
Okay. Jeff?
Desmond. And then
hold on, we'll come back for Brighton.
Okay.
A shithoused 1-0.
See, I like that. That's positive J there. Not just by name. Smarty?
I'm going for a 1-1. I'm going for a 1-1 draw with Chelsea.
Okay, perfect. Luke, go back round to you again.
Whoa.
Oh, we need the fans. We need a fans prediction for Chelsea.
We need a fans one. And do we also need yours, Karl?
No. Not with... Are you fucking kidding me? We're in a relegation battle and you want me to fucking do it?
What have we got to lose?
Are you mad in the head?
Are you fucked?
Yeah, you fucked in the head, boy.
You've been sniffing fucking fixed him.
Can we get a fans prediction for Chelsea, please?
Somebody just type what score it's going to be, please, for Chelsea tomorrow night.
One of you, quickly.
Anyone? Come on, fastest finger first.
Come back to that.
Right, so, Luke, we'll come to you for Brighton.
Brighton, I'm going for a 2-1 Leeds win.
Oof, nice.
Jay?
Oh, God.
Oh.
I'm not
One
sure.
One leads from Jonathan Brooke, so that's Chelsea. Mark, is that for
Chelsea?
Oh shit! Right, okay.
Jack Glennie, 2-0 Chelsea.
Fucking hell, they're all flying in.
2-0
Chelsea, the shithouse. Jack.
And while we're talking about it, if somebody can put the Brighton score, what they think Brighton will be on Sunday, please.
Yeah, I was just about to. Yeah,
I'm going to go for 2-1 against Brighton, even though I've got a feeling it's going to end up being a draw.
Stop fucking copying me.
Shut up, idiot.
Smarty.
Ooh, this is Brighton, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give us a Brighton one there, fans, please.
Oh, bloody
fast finger first.
I don't think we'll beat Brighton. But
which one, Alison? We're not taking that one seriously, Jack.
Come on, Smarty, for fuck's sake.
Do you know what? I'm just going to go fucking 2-1 Leeds, fuck it.
Fans have gone 2-1 Leeds as well by the looks.
That's what we're
No,
Sorry,
Mark went 1-1. He was first because Allison didn't come. You need to be more precise, Allison.
It's so difficult.
Decisive. So we've gone 1-1, and we've also gone 2-1 from 2-0 from the Chelsea for the fans.
All three of us have gone 2-1 Leeds for Brighton.
Oh, perfect.
Which means you are as well, Karl. So I can put
That's looking pretty good for me, to be fair. I'll take all that on board. Right. Has anyone else got anything else that they'd like to say before we finish up?
Yeah, Luke's a cock.
Well, apart from the obvious. I love you, man.
You lot deserve it.
Yeah, we all deserve it. Smarty, anything you want to add before we finish?
Many things, but I think I've said enough tonight.
Thank you very much. Luke, anything you want to add?
The only way is up, Jay.
The only way is.
He's not a plant. He's not a plant, Luke.
Anyway, I got.
Growing.
I've seen the light. Photosynthesis.
Do you know what? Like, it's a good job we have never actually had studio time because we'd probably end up scrapping.
Oh, I feel like WWE. The chairs flying.
Yeah.
See, this is raw. You see, this is raw, pure emotion. You didn't get this. You didn't get this when it was edited. When Gilly was sat there like fucking all night, having to have about 3 cups of coffee, editing all Jay's shit comments.
Hey, listen, pal. You were the one that turned up in the bloody end of season fuck ups more often.
Yeah.
Hey, it's just I just had that comedic value, mate. And that's what it is.
That is true.
I'm just a twat.
So, Luke, are you queued and ready to go there? Because I think that's the lot of it for the whole 3 of us. Thanks for joining us tonight, folks. And
it was on Brady and Coke.
Oh, Luke and Matt look like they're on Brady and Coke.
Me and Gilly tomorrow. If everybody wants to join us after the game.
Sound as a pound.
Cheers.
We'll catch you later.